Good afternoon, students. So today we are studying Advanced Maths video number 1. Advanced Mathematics video number 1, and it is related to chapter 2. Chapter name is Complex Number. It is just the introduction part of the complex number. So before starting about complex number, first we should know about imaginary numbers. So here written one statement, I equal to root over minus 1. I equal to root over minus 1. Sometimes we are getting some numbers like this. Suppose root over minus 3, root over minus 3, root over minus 9, root over minus 10. So inside the root over, if there is minus 10, that means we can write this one is like this, minus 1 into 9, then root over minus 1 into root over 9. Then square root of 9 is 3, and root over minus 1 is called imaginary number I. So it should be square root of 9 is 3, so 3i. So this way we can express. So here main thing is what? In all the numbers, main thing is it is the multiply value of root over minus 1 into root over 3. Root over minus 1 is there. Then this number you see, it is the multiplication value of root over minus 1 into root over 9. Root over minus 1 is there. Same to same here also. So in all the numbers, there exists root over minus 1. So that's why that root over minus 1 is called imaginary numbers. But one more thing, what? First of all, we should know about root over minus 1. Root over minus 1 is I, imaginary number. But this imaginary number is applicable in the complex number. That means in the complex number part, suppose there is written 2 plus 3i, minus 2 plus 3i, 2 minus 3i, minus 2 minus 3i, 2 and 3 real number, minus 2, 3 real number, 2 and 3 real number, minus 2 and minus 3 real number. But here exists as a complex number. Why? Because there is two part. Here 2 is here real part and 3 is here imaginary part. Why imaginary part? Because with this real number part, that imaginary number is multiplied. That's why that 3 is here imaginary part and whole part is called complex number. So this format is called complex number. This format is called complex number. So generally, what is the definition of complex number already given? Complex number, a number of the form a plus ib. Number of the form a plus ib. Here a and b, actually they are real number. But in this form, a is real part, but b is real number, but it is exists with the imaginary part, I. So that's why now at present b is imaginary part. So numbers which can be expressible in the form of a plus ib, that numbers are called complex number. Okay. So suppose we are declaring one complex number z. Complex numbers are denoted by z. Complex numbers are generally denoted by z. So z equal to, suppose we are considering one example, 2 plus 3i. 2 is real part, 3 is imaginary part. Suppose you will get one question, write down the real part of the complex number and write down the imaginary part of the complex number. So how you will represent that one? So real part of the z, you have to write like this. RE means real part of z. Z means complex number. So here real part of z is 2. So this way you have to write. And imaginary part of this complex number is 3. So IM means imaginary. Z means complex number. Imaginary part of the complex number is here 3. That way you have to write the real part and imaginary part of a complex number. Now third thing is what? How we have to represent a complex number in a coordinate system. Coordinate system, already you have idea. There is x-axis and y-axis. Both the axes are one number line, one integer line or number line. Okay. So now here x-axis and y-axis. So this coordinate system, if you will represent a complex number in a coordinate system, Then the plan is called Argand plan. Then the plan is called, now we are doing one coordinate system for representing a complex number. So now this plan is called Argand plan. This plan is called Argand plan. This plan is called now Argand plan. So this x-axis is called real axis and y-axis is called imaginary axis. So now a complex number we are declaring z equal to a plus ib. So if you want to represent a complex number, so first of all you have to find out the coordinate of a point, and that point is representing that particular complex number. So from the complex number there is one real part, one imaginary part. So with the help of this real part and imaginary part, we can write one coordinate a plus a comma b. A is the real part, b is the imaginary part. So now this coordinate is called ordered pair of the complex number. That means this ordered pair will represent the particular place and position in the coordinate system of a complex number a plus ib. So here written p a comma b. A means real part, and real part we have to see in the real axis, means x-axis, and imaginary part we have to see on the y-axis, means imaginary axis. So just we will plot the point a and b. A means x value, so origin to this point, this distance is a distance, and origin to this point, this distance is b distance on the y-axis, according to y-axis. So now this point is representing the complex number a plus ib, and that one is written as p a comma b or p z. Now so this angle is now 90 degree. So O, suppose this point is a point. OAP is the right angle triangle. So it is 90 degree. 90 degree opposite is OP. So OP is the hypotenuse, OA is the base, and PA is the perpendicular. So by applying Pythagoras law, we will get OP length. What is the length of OP from origin to that point? That distance is called absolute value of this complex number or modulus of this complex number. So mod of z is equal to length of OP. Length of OP. That means from the origin, what will be the distance of the particular point which is representing that complex number. So this OP length will be the mod of z, means modulus of z. Modulus means absolute value of that particular complex number. So mod of z is equal to OP. Then OP is the hypotenuse. So root over base square plus perpendicular square. That much today.